Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking. So basically today we're going to handle the second part of the enterprise networking project 5. And as you can remember, the first part that we did, we managed to draw a diagram of the network topology using Microsoft Visio. We were supposed to model or visualize the network topology using Microsoft Visio. And through that, guys, we used Microsoft Visio, as you can see here, to draw the network topology as per the requirement, guys. So suppose you've not watched this class live, guys, I will leave a link on the description part of the video. Click the link and get yourself understanding how we did the first part of this project. Then come back to the second part that we are doing right now, so that you can have full understanding. Right? Okay guys, so also if you're new to this channel, or even if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly guys, we really plead with you, click on subscribe button, like our video, and let's know what you're thinking on the comment section. Alright guys, so basically guys, there are other people who always want these projects. You see, they always need this PDF or maybe the Microsoft Visio file and probably the Packet Tracer file when we shall have completed this work. Okay, so suppose you need this file, guys, you have to become a member. You have to be a channel member. So just go to our channel GuruTech and you click on this join button. Okay, then you choose any level here. You can be a member, you can be a GTech contributor, GTech Pro, just those three. Okay, and as you can see, a member just pay only $1.49, right? Alright, so if you need any file, any resource, kindly just be a member, right? Okay guys, so guys, without any further ado, let's begin our project. Alright, so we have a company here, guys, as we read it in our previous project, the part 1 of this project. There's a company that is intending to open a branch in Africa, and basically it's to be located in Nairobi, Kenya, and the company has secured a 4-story building to operate within the Kenyan capital. Okay, and you know, it has departments as shown here, right? Alright, plus the floors, so there are almost 4 floors plus and in each floor there are 3 departments. Okay, so a total of 12 departments, right? Okay, and here are the requirements that we are required to implement. Remember, in the part 1 of this project, we achieved requirement 1, which was to model the network topology using MS Visio. Okay, and then in this part 2 of the project, we are going to implement from requirement 2 down to requirement 10, of which we are going to use a simulation software such as the Cisco Packet Tracer or GNS3. Okay guys, so we are just going to read everything and implement as per the requirement, right? And first we're just going to design the network topology using Cisco Packet Tracer. And guys, this one is going to take less time because we've already done it on Microsoft Visio. So we're just going to copy what we did here on Packet Tracer, guys. As you can see, we have 4 routers and 4 layer 3 switches. So guys, let's begin. So I'll just say this is our Cisco Packet Tracer. I'll just say enterprise networking project 5. Okay, and give it a background color, let's say of a something like that, of that color. Okay guys, so we can just start to draw this topology from Microsoft Visio. We're just going to copy everything that we did under part 1 of the project to our Packet Tracer. So I'll just place 4 routers. Choose 2911 routers. I'll just choose 4 of them. We're going to do it very fast because we did it in the first part, in the part 1 of the project. Okay, and layer 3 switches, left and right. Just choose you can choose any, but I'll just try to choose 3650. You can choose any that you like. In my case, I've chosen 3650. Okay, and also we go back to our visual and see how many departments we had. We had 12 departments, each floor 3 departments, so each layer 3 switch 3 departments. So for the departments we use layer 2 switches. So this is department 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so guys, as you can see here, the topology on Packet Tracer is becoming similar to the topology on Microsoft Visual. Okay, what we've not done is just to the cabling and the host devices. So I'll do the cabling faster. Between the routers we'll use serial cables, and you know, by default, let me just choose connection, then you take this serial DCE, right? When I take the serial DCE and click on here, you won't see any serial interface, I mean. Okay, so what do? You include that module on the routers. So just click on the routers. Under physical here, there's a button here. You see something like 1, 0 and a minus. Just click on the 0, then drag this HWIC to T to any empty slot, I mean, and then turn on the router again. Then come here and do the same. Turn off the router, drag the serial module, turn on the router again, click here, turn off the router, drag the serial module, then turn on the router again, here, turn off the router, drag the serial module and turn on the router again. Okay, so there are serial interfaces here. So if I take this cable and click here, you will see there is serial here. You just click it and come here and place there. Okay, so as you can see, we have connected the routers using serial connection. Okay, and you know, for full mesh we need to connect the routers, this one to this one and this one to this one. Okay, alright, because let's say if this link is down and this one is down, this router here has lost connection to both the routers. Okay, so we must also include another connection from this point to this point. So how are we gonna do that? You know, router to router we can use a crossover cable, or if you like, you can just add another serial connection. You just turn off this one and you add another serial module. Okay, you click there, right? But in this case, guys, I'm not going to use a serial module connection again between the routers. So what I'm gonna do is to use a normal crossover cable. Okay, so I just take crossover cable, click here and take that one, come here and take that one, then another one, come here, take the first one, come here and you take the first one. So it's okay, guys. So what we're going to do is to connect layer 3 switches to the routers, and for redundancy, guys, we have to include we have to make sure that each switch is connected to both routers. Okay, alright, so just take automatic now, click this one to this one, then this one to this one. Right, okay, guys, so as you can see, we have connected the core layer to the distribution layer. Okay, so we have connected the core layer to the distribution layer, right? So let's connect distribution layer to access layer, as you can see here on the Microsoft Visual. right? And for redundancy, at least a switch should be connected to 2 layer 3 switches. So I'll do that one very fast to save time. Okay guys, so as you can see, we've connected the access layer to the distribution layer and also distribution layer to the core layer. Okay, the core layer at the center, distribution layer at both sides, and the access layer on both sides also. Alright, so let's check on the Microsoft Visio. As you can see, it's quite similar to what you have on the Microsoft Visio here, and basically what's remaining now is to connect the host devices and do the naming. As you can see on the Microsoft Visio, the naming is okay, and all the devices are connected. So we'll connect a PC, a printer, and an access point at every department and do the naming. Okay, so let me do that one very fast to save time. Okay, alright, so let's start with the first department. So a printer and an access point. So an access point will come to wireless, and I can just take this one, no problem. So the printer, let it be there. Okay, okay guys, so as you can see, I have connected all the host devices in the network, but I'm forgetting something here. As you can see, the last switch was connected to the servers, which was our server room department. See here, so I'll remove the PCs plus the printers and replace them with servers, the 3-1. Okay, so just a minute. As you can see now, we have connected all the host devices to the switches. As you can see, every department is represented here. So basically what is remaining is just to do the naming, which I will do very fast. I will do the naming. I'll start with the core layer, then distribution layer, and finally access layer and the host devices. So let's say this is floor 1 router, floor 1 router. So I copy and say this is floor 2 router, floor 4. Okay, alright, so let's go to access switches, layer switches, layer 3 switches, and say this is floor 1 layer 3 switch, layer 3 switch. I copy that. Okay guys, so let's move to access layer switches so that we can configure with the respective departments. So I'll go to our PDF here and check. So floor 1 we had management, research, and human resource. I'll do that one very fast. I'll say floor 1 flow 1 management switch. Okay. Okay guys, so basically as you can see, we've done the naming of the networking devices, both at the core layer, distribution layer, and the access layer. And as you can see, all the routers have been named as per the flows, all the rest switches have been named as per the flows, and finally all the access layer switches have been named as per the flow and the department. For example, flow 3 logistic switch, flow 3 customer care switch. Okay. Alright guys, so guys, basically at this point let me name the host devices very fast. So guys, as you can see, we're done with the naming of the end devices. And for example, a computer at the logistic department will have a name like log PC, a printer log printer, and finally an access point will have a name like log AP. Okay. The same applies to a computer at an ICT department, ICT PC, ICT printer, ICT access point. Okay, so as you can see guys, we are done with connecting all the devices using appropriate cables and giving them a good naming convention as required. So basically guys, what's remaining is to start configuring the topology guys. The first thing that we should do before we can look at the case study, before we look into this case study guys, the first thing that we should do on this topology is to turn up these interfaces. As you can see, they are still red, meaning they are in shutdown state, so we need to turn them up. I'll start with the core layer, so we need to turn up these interfaces. Just click on any router, then come to config. Okay, click on gig 00, come here and turn on, click here, turn on, click here, turn on, click on serial, that one, turn on, that one, turn on, that one, turn on, this one, turn on, then you close that one, then you come to this router here, you come to config and you do the same. And remember, we only connected them to, let's say, these interfaces. How many? 1 2 3 4 5. So we'll just use all of them. I'll just use all of them. This, they are connected. So guys, as you can see, the link between the routers are happy. As you can see, they are green, but why on the layer 3 side still red? Just click on the layer 3 switch, and guys, you know what, we've not added a power supply on the layer 3 switches. So what do? You just drag a power supply to any empty slot like that one, and you close, come back here again, you drag, place there, and you close. You come here, you drag a power supply, you place there and close, in case you used 3650. But you know, when you use the other layer 3 switch uses 3550, you won't drag any power supply. Click on the last switch, layer 3 switch, you drag the power supply and press there and close. So guys, as you can see, now they are turning to orange. Okay, alright, so let's just wait so that they can turn green, and we move to the next step, which is very important, guys. I just need to finish on this cabling first. That's enough. So guys, as you can see, this side are green, everything is green here. These are turning green soon. Just wait for them. In the next 20 seconds they'll be green. Okay, so guys, as you can see, everything has turned green, meaning all the ports are in forwarding state. And because of spanning tree protocol, all the ports can't be on forwarding state because it will create loops, and that's why you can see here is orange, because they are in blocking state. Okay, and in case one port will be down, which is the green one of these one will turn to green. Okay, to be in forwarding state. Alright, okay guys, so basically what I want to do is to separate the borders. Remember, we have the floors, we have departments, right? So we need to separate the borders so that we can know that which floor is this one, which department is this one. Okay, so let me just start. I'll just click on this one and fill color. Then I'm going to select just a minute. Okay, such like a color, right? So I'm going to say this is floor 1. This is floor 1. Okay, although I'm not should I include a router? I'm not going to include a router at this point, somewhere there. Okay, that is floor 1. And then for floor 2, I choose another color like that, then one highly concentrated color. So for floor 2, I'll start it from this point. I want to include the router at this point as per now. That's floor 2. Okay, then for floor 3, I'm going to choose another color which is not highly concentrated, like that one. Let's start with the floor 3 up here. Floor 3. Okay, that's floor 3. Okay, then finally floor 4, I'm going to choose another color which is I don't want highly concentrated color, something like that. Okay, this is for floor 4, fourth floor, or floor 4 in layman's language. So that's done, guys. So what I'll do is just adjust the floors very first. So as you can see, here is the first floor, second floor, third floor, and fourth floor. And as you can see, the boundaries, the background color has defined every floor. Okay, so I'll just do the naming. For example, here is first floor. I'll just do it very first. First floor or floor 1. I'll just use floor 1. No problem, let me just use first floor. Okay, and then here is second floor. Second floor. Fourth floor here. And finally here is third floor. Third floor. Okay, and a little bit boundary to separate them. Take yellow. Okay, so guys, as you can see, we have defined every flow. So let's do the same for departments. For example, on the first floor we had 3 departments, which are management, research, and human resource. Human resource, I mean. So I'll just use a white color. Yes, I'll just try to use a white color. Yes, that's okay. Okay guys, so you can see we have separated the departments using the white background color inside each color in every floor. So what I'll do is just to give the naming to each department and at least VLANs. Let's say in the first floor we had the VLAN 10, 20 and 30. Second floor we had 40, 50 and 60 and so on and so forth. So I'll give a department name. So as you can see, we have managed to name all the departments and the respective VLANs. For example, management VLAN 10, research VLAN 20, and so on and so forth. So what's remaining here is just to start the configuration, of which we'll do in the next part of this project, part 3 of the project. Remember, part 1 of the project we managed to visualize the topology using Microsoft Visio, and now this part is to design the topology using Cisco Packet Tracer. So in the next part we are going to start configuration, where we are going to configure these technologies. Okay, we are going to configure SSH, DCP server, basic settings, VLANs. We will be going to do subnetting, port security, and so on and so forth. So it's a good idea that we should print the design so that you can see it in a picture form. We can print this topology here. So I'll just click on this button here, which is to print, so that you can see it in a picture form. Then you go to print to file, and let's take it to my desktop or rather just GuruTech projects. Okay, and I'll say this is P5 project 5 and save. Alright, so project 5 is here. Where is it? It does not come yet. Just a minute. Here is project 5. As you can see, this is what we've just designed using Cisco Packet Tracer. It's looking beautiful here on picture form. So this is what we can use to paste on our documentation part, or to send even make as our thumbnail when uploading YouTube. Okay, alright, so the next time we meet, we'll start configuring from the access layer, then we move to distribution layer, and finally the core layer. Okay, and as you can see here on our diagram here, this is the core layer, distribution layer, and here, and finally we have the access layer here and on the right side also. So we'll start from the access layer, distribution layer, and the core layer, following all the requirements that we've been asked to consider. Okay, all these technologies: VLAN, port security, SSH, DCP server, etc, etc. Okay, so guys, basically that will mark the end of this video. Guys, please subscribe to our channel, stay tuned, click on the bell icon so that you will be notified when we upload the next part of this project. Bye, and see you again in part 3 of the Enterprise Networking Project 5. Thank you.